Big Daddy played the wrestler. Yes. As you said, theater. Why not?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
What it is.
So this is our 101th.
101.
101. Our first
101st.
I guess it would be 101st.
101st,
right?
yeah.
There better be a Dalmatian on one of these covers.
Yeah. One just did not sound right as soon as I said it. So this is our 101st episode. I feel like it's like part 2. You know, it's like I'm looking forward to this. I cannot believe we've done 100 episodes. I wanted to wait a little bit, but I am going to put out a video tomorrow, which is the countdown of all of the episodes for popularity. It's a simple music video with it. You know, I'm not sitting there talking about it or anything like that, because that would be like an hour and a half video. So by all means, check it out. I think you'll be interested and kind of surprised at some of the ones that ended up low on the list and high on the list. If we were to listen to the people, we would never do another horror comic book cover ranking ever again. Because those just, yeah. Say again?
And here we are with Spooky Mickey.
And here we are with Spooky Mickey, yes. Oh, by the way, and also as I was looking, the first half of this month started off with blood, gore, guts, exploding brains. Okay, that's cool. And then it's like, hey, you know, the Lester sisters want to join. Okay, here's Donald Duck. Here's Disney. Here's Archie. Here's yeah. So it's kind of 2 different Halloweens we're having. Next time, let's see. Today's Sunday, right? Yes. Tuesday will be Eerie Magazine, and Wednesday, if we do this, that is actually Halloween, isn't it?
It is.
Thursday, I think.
Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Oh yeah, it's Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. What do we have coming up here? The next ones I decided Scooby-Doo. Oh wait, no, it's Eerie Magazine and then movie posters and then Scooby-Doo. So if I'm off, and Halloween is on because today's 27th. I've got us marked down as the 28th. Okay. It says 29th. So it'd be 27, 29, 30, 31 is Thursday. I've got it scheduled for Scooby-Doo. So there we go. That would be if you guys wanted to join after all the Halloween tricks and treats are all set up and done. We'll do some Scooby-Doo covers. There you go. All righty. Hello to RDV. How's it going?
All righty.
Okay, you ready for some Disney Halloween? Should be a lot of fun. Let me match the bottom list here. Pixel, then the Lesters, and then Mr. RDV. And hello to everybody in the chat. What's up, Rhaegar? We got Brian Stam, One Slick, Cheapo Comics. All right, everybody's here.
Yeah, Pencil here.
Oh yeah, and Jackson. Hi, how's it going? All right.
Hi,
Joe, I hear kids don't trick-or-treat anymore. I know, right? What is that all about? I think
Depends on the neighborhood.
I think it's something that needs to be brought back, seriously.
So there are kids still trick-or-treating. It's just that a lot of people don't have kids anymore.
No, there is
Well,
that.
I heard of something called tailgate trick-or-treating, and it's just kids in a line. It's like, come on.
So what you're
That's
hearing
not on the kids. That's not on the kids. That's on the parents being lazy.
Yeah, but you're also hearing of like now churches are handing out candy and celebrating good Halloween. I'm like, never did that when I was there at the church.
No.
Also, now they're like doing like, yeah, we're gonna have just parking. Like, that's against what the church preaches.
You know what I think is weird? Even though it does seem like trick-or-treating is down, people still buy like $900 worth of candy.
So
I think they just want candy.
I bought candy because I knew I was not going to have any kids come to my house. I figured I'm getting whatever I want.
Yep.
All righty. Jay is saying this blank list is a 2. So why don't we go for 1? Eric, you could start us off. And I forgot the numbers. But oh, yeah, here you go. Walt Disney Comics and Stories, issue number 381. Oh, and I did decide to keep the older kind of faded comics rather than go for where I could, rather than the new. Yeah.
This cover makes 0 sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's not scary.
Well, it's Disney. You're not going to
Well,
go scary.
You know, I'm being all things being relative, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Give me a 10.
So hard.
All right. And how about you, Pixel?
I am. Well, I know what's happening. They hit the pumpkin with the baseball bat out the window. It has landed on Donald's head, and that's why the candle is on it, because it's jack-o'-lantern. I think it's an 8. It's very good. I don't like that Huey, Dewey, and Louie aren't wearing their caps, though.
Yeah,
Their heads are too round. They look like eggs.
maybe
So,
like little nightcaps.
Well, there's some where they're flat out wearing costumes. So, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. And by the way, just to let you guys know, I tried to get some old ones, tried to get some new ones, tried to get some different Disney characters, but it had to be Halloween. So, oh, and by the way, I figured I was going to just, before you get any hopes up, I figured I would save Nightmare Before Christmas near the holiday it's about. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Not 1 second of that movie took place on Halloween. It's a Christmas movie. Okay, so anyway, we've got a 10, we got an 8. Melissa and Amy, what do you think?
Okay, I think what happened is Donald was maybe like wearing the pumpkin on his head, like he was going to try and sneak up and maybe spook his nephews, but he wasn't counting on them having a baseball bat because they look a little put off. Not like they think it's funny, but like what? So maybe.
So that's why Donald does look too perturbed. He's like, oh, it's like I was partly to blame for what happened.
Yeah, I guess I walked into that one. But man, it's been there a while because that candle's really melted, and it's going to be hard to get that off without losing some feathers. But I guess it's on Donald too. I'll give it a 10.
That's more the wax.
It's just the wax.
So what do you score it?
A 10. I think it's pretty fun.
It's a what? A 10? Okay. How about you, Melissa?
I remember
Here at Muppet Labs, we are...
it's super cute. I mean, it's really cute. Nice rounded shapes, and
It's a good pose on Donald.
it's a good pose on Donald.
Like the curve up to his foot and the shape of the foot where it's got his weight against the ground. Pretty well balanced and distributed.
Mm-hmm.
The pumpkin isn't even. It's slightly lopsided and kind of turned off to one
Okay,
angle.
raise your hands if you would have noticed the weight on the foot. Yeah, me neither. So what do you score here, Melissa?
It's solid. I think I'll give it a 10.
All righty. And then we have VENKMAN.
So what it was, he was they're shocked because they didn't realize it was going to be Donald Duck, and he's shocked too because he wasn't trying to scare him. He was just put the jack-o'-lantern out night for Halloween, and he lit the candle. It appeared out there. They got spooked, saw a floating head pumpkin, so they whacked it, and then that's why they're shocked. They're like, and he's like, "Good grief."
Oh yeah, maybe he was holding it kind of over his head to put it like
He's-
up on
he's-
top of the
he's
fence or something.
He's probably carrying it, or he's going to put it on their window or something like that. You know,
Right.
Because usually people put jack-o'-lanterns on the doorstep, but maybe he's going to put it on their window. You
Yeah,
know,
put it up on something.
or something like that, and then they hit him.
Makes
So if they had this is a wrap-up cover, he'd be going as like and start chasing him.
The windmill.
So what do you score it, sir?
How could there only is one score.
Mhm.
Anyone who does not say 10 does not have a soul.
Okay. Well, we got a 10 from RDV. I'm going to give this one a 9, I'm thinking.
You are I can't with you.
It is a lot of fun, and I actually agree. I think he was wearing it as a way to scare the kids in the window, and they bashed him. And that's what ended up happening.
But they look shocked though. I don't think they knew it was him. I think it was just
Oh no, they definitely
No, they got
didn't
scared.
know.
Wow, boom. Yeah, but there's definitely panels before this one.
young enough to think it was a real monster.
Yeah.
So.
All righty. So Jay says 9, and Brian says Uncle Donald 9. All right, we got 2 9s. And then we have an 8 from Cheapo and Ethereal. And then One Slick gives it a 10, and Joe gives it an 8. All righty. Next up, we've got 7s from Jackson, Undead Quinn, and Rhaegar. They all have heads shaped like England team, like my whole body. That's kind of weird, but we got 3 7s. And then let's see what we got here. I think she's right. That's classic Donald. Let's see. Yep, Amy's got it. The Club Donald, but why was he wearing the pumpkin on his head? To scare him. Walt Disney Comics Donald has Candle Doodle his nephews hitting the jack-o'-lantern with a bat. Well rendered, sells the season and the book. Score a poor Donald 10. But the Library 88 says an 8. So we have a 10 and an 8. Let's see. Lower mine to a 6 after RDV's comment. He and I are soulless, says Brian. All right, since I have no soul, maybe I should have ranked this a 2. Okay, so what we really have, guys, let me get the stop here. And if you do have a last minute bid, please feel free to put it on in there. Everybody should be included. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know that bit.
He teased to break the rules. Contrarians are not allowed here.
Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till. Oh my gosh, am I here still?
Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, we can. Well,
we can hear us though.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
If you waited 11 minutes and 38 seconds, you won.
How?
I'll send you the dime in the mail.
That's it. No, this is Bidenflation. It's 35 cents.
Shit.
Well, don't worry, you can borrow it from Jay.
Well, there you go.
Good.
Wait, he's only got 33.
Wait a minute. This is the November issue?
It might have accrued 2 cents interest wherever he's keeping it.
Right.
If this is the November issue, it's already missed Halloween.
They would post date them so they can stay on the shelves longer.
Oh, okay.
Hello again.
Welcome back.
Y'all weren't sitting in silence, were you? I hope y'all were talking.
No, we were talking about you, but you just shut up when you got here.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So long as there was chat, that's all that matters.
You're right. You're right.
Alrighty. Let's see. What we had here was 3 7s going after 3 of those 6 10s, 5 8s take out the last 3 and 2 of the 9s, but there is 1 9 left. There we go. We start off with a 9. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. And next up,
Yeah.
Professor, you get the second cover of the night, which is Walt Disney Comics and Stories number 217.
Okay. Donald, he's looking for Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they have made it look like they were asleep with 3 jack-o'-lanterns and the pillows.
I guess they have really round heads.
This is a solid cover. It's entertaining, cute. But I think it's still missing something for me. I'm also going to put this one as an 8.
All righty. And then we have the RDVs.
I mean, 10.
All right.
Yep.
That was simple. And Lester Sisters.
It's classic hijinks. They snuck out of beds. They put pumpkins there instead of their heads.
The concept is definitely good. It's definitely clever, kind of playing hooky cover concept. Definitely for Halloween, that's well done. Like, okay, they're going out there. Just hope they're not going to egg anyone's house.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hate to be the person who brings up structural issues in something like this because the background isn't really rendered out very much. Like, we don't see where the floor of the wall is. So the beds, the foreshortening on it, it feels a little off and it's a kind of skewed. If I were going to try and render something like this, I'd bring Donald down a little bit and maybe open up the window. If you could see like the nephews sneaking off somewhere, that could be kind of
the same thing.
Right? That would be a cool payoff for that setup. And then like maybe he could be looking out the window kind of at the nephews and they're like, oh no, or something like that. I think that would give it a kind of a more circular
You know what would be more scary? Having Santa Claus on his sleigh going across the moon.
There you go.
Because
Like, wait a
Halloween's
minute,
over.
boy, has he not
Now it's
taken the boys
Christmas.
in like 3 months.
Thanksgiving is coming. Thanksgiving is coming.
Hurry up. They already turned into pumpkins.
November 1st, Mariah Carey.
Oh boy. But it's still really cute. I think I'll give this an 8. It's a good cover. But there's so many things I would have loved to have seen handled a little differently that I think would really have punched
Sold
it
it.
up. Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Melissa?
I was on the same similar sentiments as the flattened bed, the skewed perspective might have been done on purpose to kind of cheat the perspective, just to put the information out there all in one frame.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the more more information would have been nice, but it's still very cute, and the concept is it's solid. So I think I'll give it a 9.
Alrighty. And Eric.
Well, first I'd say, Jackson, I agree with your score because I'm going to go the 9. But I think at this point, Donald's had enough experience with the 3 brats that he knows what to expect. He probably would have had a shocked look on his face if they'd been in the bed. But I agree because the first thing I saw this again. If maybe 2 of them are hiding under the bed and the other was looking through the window.
Right? That would be.
Yeah, because you could have done that and kept the perspective. Because the idea of them sneaking off would have been cool too, but I don't know if that that would have probably necessitated doing an entirely different type of cover. But but I would still say this is a solid 9.
Yeah,
it's decent. It needs exactly what we were talking about. I'm gonna give it a 7 myself. Alrighty, let's go to the chat, and we have Undead Quinn with a 6, as well as the Library 88. And then we have 9 from Brian and an 8 from One Slick.
If
And
you
we
didn't know who Huey, Dewey, and Louie were,
this would be very confusing.
this would be very confusing.
Yeah, Joe and Ethereal give it an 8. Alrighty. Let's see. We have a 9 from Jackson. I think Donald should have had a shocked look rather than a bewildered one. Okay. And we have an 8 from Rhaegar. And we have, if it wasn't for the pumpkins, you wouldn't know this was a Halloween cover. Walt Disney 217, cute holiday variation on fake sleeping gag, well rendered, sells the book. Score a gotcha, Uncle Donald 10. There's a lot of books that are here because of the pumpkins. Albatross. Did I just signal the army to bomb us or something? Let's see. Dark Admiral says 8. Alrighty. And we have, yes, we should see the boys outside. How do we know that they weren't turned into pumpkins and pillows?
I feel like hey, Eric, I feel like Graphic is here. He'd be breeding us.
All right. Just remember, if you have a vote and you haven't put it in, go on ahead. Everybody should get a voice here. And as far as this one is concerned, we have 2 6s taking out those 2 10s, 1 7 taking out one of the 4 9s, and 7 8s kicking all those 9s to the curb. Here we go. Next one, we're going in the opposite direction here, but this is an 8. All righty. And next up, we have RDV leading us off with Walt Disney Comics number 134. Walt Disney stories.
10 kids with stuff in their face while the other one's in trouble. Oh, crap.
All righty. How about you, ladies?
Yeah, this is really cute. It's like the simplest, cleanest way you could state this and still not affect the timing, negatively. Like you look at that, he's upset, you see him with the knife. You kind of read through it in a process rather than just have all the information at once, then try and decide.
Yeah, you start with angry Donald, move down. You see that he's angry that the kid is carving a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern face into it. And then you look down and you see they're doing it so they could eat the pumpkin pie.
Yep.
Now I want pumpkin pie.
I know,
me too.
right? I was kind of craving some earlier, and I'm like, I'm good, I made it. And then this is here.
I was at Walmart buying Elizabeth her food. I walked by and I said, think we should get a pumpkin pie, like a practice one? before the holidays.
Right.
I
So
should have.
you-
Yeah, now I want pumpkin pie.
Great.
All righty. So what do we score this, Melissa and Amy?
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 10. It's adorable.
Yeah, the illustrative quality, these perspective, the flow design, and I thought that was actually very clever of the nephews to carve a jack-o'-lantern face out of it, so that they could sneak some, but also make it look like a creative choice, a decorative choice, and not just someone stealing some food.
Right.
That was clever.
Yep.
10.
Okay, Eric, what do you say?
Well, this is better than page 2 when Donald and the other nephew team up to brutally murder the two ones eating.
Yeah, I know. They didn't even save him the nose. I see
can't
the
believe
two
Disney
eyes.
did that.
I see the two eyes. I see the mouth. Where's the nose that's being held for Louis there?
Already eaten.
It's in his right hand.
Oh, wait, you're right. You're right.
Pixel. I usually am.
No. Dewey has the.
Now look at the other one. Look at his right hand. He's got a triangle in his right hand.
Yeah, those are the
That's what
two
it is.
eyes.
He probably ate
Where's
it.
the nose?
He's probably eating the nose. He's probably already eaten the eyes.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Maybe it could be.
They're 3 triangles. They're probably supposed to be this roughly the same shape.
All righty. This book is also the first appearance of the Beagle Boys. Really?
Oh,
Why is the green one doing a white power symbol? No.
he's probably doing okay. Maybe he ate the 3rd triangle first. So he's like, "Oh, it's good," and it's going on to eat the mouthpiece.
Why is the MAGA one getting in trouble and the blue one's getting away with it?
Right.
But this is a 10.
Yeah.
This is cute.
It is. I like the little shadow on the floor behind the counter, just to let you know where the plane of the ground is in the piece.
Which is a step up from the background of last one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can
Okay,
feel where the ground is, and they illustrated it a little, and that's nice.
Let's go to the chat. Dark Admiral saying 10. Library is saying 9. We have a 10 from Brian, One Slick, and Undead. Alrighty. 1, 2, and 3. We have an 8 from Joe, but Rhaegar and Jackson come in with 10s. 2. Alrighty. Next up is Maranya, who has been so harsh on these Disney covers so far. Walt Disney 134, this is so character-driven. Mischievous nephews, angry Donald, that pie was for dessert. Well rendered, score a pumpkin pie 10. Alrighty, eggnog is in stores here, says Joe. Not here, by the way. And I'm glad you're having eggnog and not what Zachary was having.
Well, his instincts took over.
We've had eggnog in my Kroger for about a month now.
That boy cannot escape this particular joke, can he? Let's just say when he was like, "Oh, they have eggnog here," he I'm going to believe he accidentally did
Also,
this.
you guys realize he is charging $10 per joke.
Right, but he accidentally replaced the O with the I. Yep, I gave it a 10. I got soul, so an angel got their wings, says Jackson. All righty, let's get the stop here. And if you have a post or if you have a vote, by all means, let's also remember, as we joke about him, Zach is actually a really nice guy. So,
That's sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
and
You're not.
If you're the right shade.
Okay, so
Are you curious what my number was?
oh, you didn't hey, one slicked pixel or one skipped. I don't know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I'm going 10 because this is
Okay.
really great, and I was very excited to go ahead and say that.
All right, thank you. Hey, I'm hard on covers when they serve it.
Pretty much, yeah. These have been really good.
All right,
covers.
Professor. Well, that actually helped out, really, because we have 1-8 and 1-9 taking on 11 now 10s. All righty. So let's get this up. Our first 10 of the night. And I think it deserves it just for the fact that it tells a story.
All right. How many people want pumpkin pie now?
Show hands.
No, right?
I don't like pumpkin
Hey,
pie.
BREEN, I can't wait to
You
see
are
some-
a freaking communist. Go away, Harris supporter. What the heck do you mean you don't like
I
pumpkin
don't like
pie?
it. I don't
BREEN.
like pumpkin pie. I'm sorry. I'm not in.
Oh
I'm
my
not into
gosh.
pumpkin pie.
Eric.
Do you want sweet potato pie?
VENKMAN.
I know, right?
I couldn't hear you over the communist. What?
Yes. You know what's gonna be funny? When this cover gets beaten out by House of Secrets, next bracket.
That's true.
All righty, so here we go. That was the Lesters, right? No, that was RDV. This one's the Lesters.
Oh, okay.
All righty, and you guys get Donald and Mickey #1.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, the
oh, that's fine.
Since
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
that's
boy.
a kind of energetic line art that's more in keeping with the 21st century.
Really fluid.
Very fluid, but still it has a strong sense of dimensionality. Mickey's ears a little flopped over. The perspective and the foreshortening on the specter behind him is very impressive.
Yeah, that's true. The characters are well rendered in kind of a simplified cartoony style, but they didn't chintz on the dramatics for the Spectre character, who wouldn't have any model description saying you can't render him that way.
Right.
So it's really not bad. I love that Mickey's got the red pants, and they give him a blue shirt, kind of mirroring like Donald's shirt, but also remembering Mickey classically has red shorts. So that's kind of a nice little design choice.
And yellow shoes.
Well, you gotta have the yellow shoes. That's right. Donald has yellow feet, so I guess that works nicely. I mean, this is a lot creepier than I would expect for something like this, and I don't see any candy anywhere. So I hope they manage to turn it around and make whatever this misadventure is worthwhile. But it is really nice. It's not as amazing as the others, but it is really well done. I think I'll give it a 10 anyway.
All righty, how about you, Melissa?
I like the kind of I feel like this is like some of the really distorted shapes and stuff. It almost makes you think of the CalArts thing, what they call, but like really well, but like really well done.
Yeah, the distortions that they're using are intentional and kind of go around with where the artist is trying to focus the eye on an illustration, and not they just can't figure out where the planes on the round face are.
No, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, or she. Very impressive. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a fine modern comic cover, and I give it a 10.
Uh-oh.
he's gone.
You better learn how to face it. He's gone.
He's gone.
Oh,
He's gone.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Does anybody else want to give a long-winded dissertation on this piece while we're waiting for him to come back?
Well, you know, while I personally am kind of iffy when you go ahead and you have iconic characters like this and you find a way to somehow cartoonize them even more than they are, this is still a very, very good cover. I love the figure looming in the background. Donald has done very well. Mickey's the only one who has like a slight problem, but it's something I'm willing to overlook just because it's just
how well everything else came.
Yeah, that's the ink flop guy from our readings, girls.
Oh yeah?
There's a villain, Darkwing Duck.
Oh my gosh!
What's that?
That's the ink villain from the Darkwing Duck book. So is he like a regular in the Disney IDW series? Like, does he show up a lot, or?
I know that he was in one of our Mickey Mouse readings, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think I remember something like that. Was it?
The one we did for 3 hours?
Yeah, it was like one of the crossovers or something like that. That was a really creepy villain. You wouldn't expect to see Mickey and Donald thrown in with that group. That'd be...
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, so what did you guys score it?
I gave this a 10 as well, by the way.
So it's up to 3 10s so far.
Okay. And Eric, what do you say?
Well, I at the beginning, I heard a lot of what appeared to be word salad.
Mhm.
And Pixel, as a Harris supporter, could you translate it for me?
Actually, can you scream at me? That's what you do. You scream at kids, right?
Yeah, I really thought I would have earned my first Pixel finger of the night.
You're close, man. You're close.
It's kind of like trying to set off the Gil Kane alarm on Wednesday nights.
Or Maranya's Cleaver.
I Oh, and I was kidding about the word salad. I just wanted to make a pixel joke, by the way. It's hard to get past the fact that I am such a mark for the older Disney covers.
I know, right? They're
It's
so
hard.
good, but so different.
And so I'm trying to, try to think modern, and I'm looking around, and I'm going to say 9.
Okay.
Because it gets really, really close for me.
All right. And RDV.
Yeah, nobody mentioned the bat with the derpy teeth.
I know, right?
Wait, derpy teeth? Change mine to a 10.
There you go.
Yeah, but on the corner is the bats there.
Yeah.
And in the bottom right corner is a rat who's also trying to glare at them.
I want to know about the femur in the handcuffs.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
There's like a bone sticking out, and that being that shape, that would be a leg bone, not a.
Oh, you know what? This is probably a George Perez cover, and that's from because his Pluto was here.
Oh,
This is his dungeon. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, somebody pointed out that Donald having teeth is kind of weird.
Yeah.
The first time I've seen him have teeth.
I've seen him have teeth a couple of times.
Yeah. But like Breen said, like with the I'm more like the older style. This is more like the modern. It's probably like 2017. I'm guessing.
So what do you score this?
I'm gonna give it like an 8.
Alrighty.
Because the backgrounds is kind of like it's kind of mud a little bit. But
Nicely
Alrighty.
rendered, though.
Let's go to the chat and see what they've got to say. Ethereal says 8, but changes it to a 9 later, so I'll just put that as a 9. And we've got Pixel hates Thanksgiving and Halloween. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of apple pie, says Joe. Really? You know what? You need to go to that rally, that smaller rally down the road. Brian says 9. So does Dark Admiral. Joe says 8. All right, we got 2 9s and an 8. Let's see. 6 from Jackson Roykirk. We've got. I'm giving this a 9 because Zach is on the cover in the shadows. Oh,
I will back him up though. I mean, I like apple pie, but I don't like the crust. The crust is always disgusting.
Like, is that apple cobbler? Would that be a better way to have apple pie?
You know, I like is having apple cake.
Ooh,
There you go.
apple cake.
Okay, and we got a 6. We got a 9.
It's a cake with apple chunks.
8 from One Slick and 7 from the library. All right. And then we have Donald and Mickey #1. Now this is leaning into the classic cartoon spooky tropes. Ghost, bat, rat. A lot of details, well rendered. Scored a spooky 10. All righty. And then we have, let's see, Goodbye E. Yeah, I know, right? They made one mistake. Donald does not have teeth. Undead Quinn says 9. And yeah, occasionally he's had teeth. I'm waiting for the lantern to set the place on fire. Also, this doesn't hurt my eyes like Cal Arts when I think Cal Arts. I think like Drawn Together, Regular Show, Adventure Time, and Steven Universe. Yeah, those all suck. All righty. Apple Cake, we're all lost. I'm more of a pumpkin cherry. I love cherry pie or a fruit pie, just like a mulberry pie.
Jackson, really Google it.
Well.
And
okay, let's see. Let's get this down, and the next one, and we'll get the stop up. All righty.
They're more pointing out the fact that Donald Duck really never has teeth whenever they're so.
He rarely does, but I have seen it before. Let's see. We have 1 6 and 1 7 taking out 2 of those 6 10s. And then we have 3 8s, all but one of those 10s. But we've got 5 9s, ladies and gentlemen. We have another 9.
The one specific moment where I remember him having teeth is in the animated cartoon where he gets so evil and starts turning into the devil.
Yeah, that is actually a lot of the times where he goes, and he's got that evil smile. Yeah, that's a lot of the time when he has teeth. All righty, let's get a go. What are we doing here next?
I've never had a blueberry pie before. I mean, I've had a Hostess blueberry pie.
All right. Oh man, this should be Pixel. It's my cover, so it's I would be in second place for this one.
The original Hostess apple pies were the best. So they changed the ingredients for flavor.
Bring back beef tallow.
All righty. Like I said, Pixel would be the best to start us off here. I would be the second best. So this is the Muppet Show comic book, and this is the Muppet Mash. And let's face it, it's a Justice League comic where they're basically just all in costumes. But I love the fact that we've got Statler and Waldorf as a mummy. Dracula is Gonzo. I guess, is he being the werewolf, Fozzie? So they're all in costume and they're all coming after Kermit on this one. I think this one's really cute. I don't think it's over the top or anything. Oh, Rizzo up in the O. That is awesome. I'm giving this a 9. I dig on this. How about you, Eric?
I'm checking for some DTs. Do lower teeth count as derpy?
I'd say so.
What, you mean like animal? That's or the Fozzie the bear? Because animal always has the lower teeth.
Yeah, but are they derpy? That's
no.
Look at Gonzo. Gonzo's got derpy teeth.
I guess I'm gonna give this an 8. I really don't know much about the Muppets, so most people are. But as a cover, it's pretty neat. So yeah, it's very good. So I'll go 8.
I think they really captured the Muppet versus whom they are. You know, the costumes they're wearing. What do you think, Pixel?
So I love the Muppets. I love them with my entire being. But the art is doing something to me that I'm not like I'm not completely vibing with it. I respect what they're doing. So I am actually going to agree with Eric. I'm going to go 8. It's very good, but there's just so many like choices. When you have something that's like the Muppets, where they themselves are already parodying so many other things, to go ahead and have a comic book to do that, it's just it doesn't sit the same.
You want to see a little piece of cleverness that I just noticed, and it might be my favorite thing on the cover now. Dr. Benson Honeydew. He's just in his normal clothes. He's the mad scientist.
Yep, he already is.
I think that's really cool. I don't know what Dr. Teeth is, though.
You know why? You know why he's a mad scientist? Because look, it's Beaker that's Frankenstein.
Yeah, Beaker's Frankenstein. Yeah. That is awesome. Here in the Muppet Labs, we are creating Frankenstein. Alrighty, RDV, what do you think?
Well, look at Statler and Waldorf, whatever.
Wardorf. God damn it! Now I said it wrong. Waldorf. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like a salad.
They're perfect. They're taped up.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I gotta agree though. They three. Kermit looks so off. He doesn't look like Kermit.
Oh yeah.
He looks like Kermit the Newt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
okay.
But I do like looking at Animal. He's the hunch. He's Fritz. He's Igor. Look at his eyeball. One's bigger than the other one as far as the pupil. He's got the hunch.
Yeah, animal looks pretty good.
Yeah. So and then you got this Rizzo up there on the he's like, good grief. So I'm gonna go 9 with this.
Alrighty. And Lester Sisters.
Okay, so Fozzie is now a bear that turns into a wolf?
Wolf, yeah.
Okay.
He's
Isn't
a
that
bear.
technically a step
A
down
werewolf?
for him?
A bear.
I
wolf.
mean,
Well, he's a werewolf or a werebear.
That's true. He had to pit a wolf again. I mean, it's a tough call, but like the bear might actually be more fierce. His bear form might actually be more fierce than his wolf.
I mean, I would.
Of course, wolves are pretty big.
I guess it depends on the kind of bear Fozzie is. He's a fuzzy bear. Gonzo there. Oh heavens. I think the artist isn't quite sure what to do with him. He looks more like
Almost Fraggle-like.
and he looks more like a bird.
Like? Amy, he looks like a Koopa.
Actually, I was going to say he looks like it. Like if you sharpened his beak, he would look like oh goodness, I forgot what they were called, but
Pistachio?
Dark Crystal. If you remember that movie,
Vulture.
Skeksis.
The Skeksis.
Skeksis, yes, that's it. Yeah. So what do you guys
Actually,
score this?
It's still good, but it's not quite Muppets, and that's a lot to overlook on. I mean, if it were parody or something like that, then okay, yeah, it's a parody of. But this is
It's
missing.
branded. It's right there on the.
Yeah, maybe it's an alt or something. I think I'd probably give it an 8.
I was thinking 8 too.
Yeah, it's creative, but man,
Going over
You
to the
can't-
chat then, and I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I apologize.
You can't go too far off of Kermit and still have Kermit. So
Yeah.
be careful.
All right, so 9 from Lucy Moody and 9 from Undead Quinn and then 9 from Dark Admiral. So 1, 2, and 3. And let's see, 6 from Rhaegar, 5 from the library. Alrighty, 1, 6, 1, 5. And then we have a 7, an 8, and a 6 from Joe, Brian, and Rhaegar. So it's a 6, 7, and an 8. 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Ethereal says 7. They look off. Well, it's not Jim Henson anymore. Let's see. That's a little jab at everybody saying the Muppets sound wrong since Jim Henson died. Muppet Show, Muppets in costume that fit their personalities. Great concept. Good rendering. Poor Kermit. Give it a 9. Is Beaker and the other guy like Bert and Ernie, but just scientists? Kind of. Kermit and Miss Piggy look off. Bunsen even has his hands in the "It's Alive" position. I love the Muppets as much as Hillary loves Bill. Wow, Rhaegar. Some of us actually dig on the Muppets. Thank you very much. All righty, we got the stop. And no 10s on this one, but we do have 1 6 taking out one of the 6 9s. And then we have 2 7s. So that drops to 3 9s. And then we have 2 6s. And now it's 1 9. But we've got 5 8s. And that's where the Muppets land. Muppet babies. Okay, that's not what this was, though. All righty. Now we get another 8.
No, but
2 8s, 2 9s, and 1 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we need another 10. Let's see. That was started by me. And next up, we go foreign. We're going overseas for a comic book cover here. And it's Donald Duck and Co. Hijit Grossgre. I don't know what that is, by the way. But there you go, Eric. What do you think?
Hey, Bats, get back over to Spider-Man 97 where you belong.
All of them.
Don't worry, they'll be back in Spider-Man 98.
Let's hope. I get a little too modern for my taste, but I do like this, so I'm going to go 10. Make a rare 10 on a modern cover.
All right. I'm getting the startup, guys. Here we go. What about the 5? Okay, it would just drop it to 4 9s or 3 9s. It would still be a 9. Did I miss a 5? Yeah, I did miss the 5. Counted as 7. All right, so we got a 10 from Eric. How about you, Pixel?
You know, there's a lot to this. A good background. I don't know why there is a face hiding in the bush. But I did notice that the bush perfectly blends in with your background.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
That's very cool.
That's funny.
But this is no, there's a lot of personality. It's very
all right.
good.
So what do you score this?
Let's go ahead and say that this is a 10 as well. It does the job.
So Pixel, the corner, that's the gross screw.
That might
Ooh, come on, girls.
Banana. Bye.
No.
Hey, it's been really fun. We hope you liked it too.
Kevin Spacey in the bush. He's never been accused of that.
Nope. Oh.
At first I thought it was a Ghostbuster. Then I realized no, he doesn't need a basket. He's just sucking all the candy in the vacuum.
Yep.
Hope that's a clean bag.
Oh my gosh, there's something in the bushes.
Yeah,
It's me.
That might be the girl's
It's
group.
me, Puppeting.
that's what I'm saying. That's the gross screw.
But there's some bats. Those are pretty cool.
Also, the one that's sucking up the candy has derpy teeth.
Oh, yeah, he sure does.
He's the vampire, the mummy, and Frankenstein, classic Universal monsters.
Look at the size of the smile on the mummy, though.
Yeah.
Where did we leave off?
Welcome back.
Yeah, that was Eric. Then Pixel. I need yours.
I gave
your
it a
score.
10.
All right. How about you, RDV?
Well, we got the classic Universal monsters.
Mhm.
Frankenstein, the living mummy, and then we got the derpy teeth vampire. And then he's using the vacuum cleaner instead of using an actual bag for his candy. He's just stealing all the candy that way. And then you got the gross screw in the corner. Then the bats, little silly bats, and then the scaredy cat, black cat back there.
Yep.
Donald's expression in general. And those must be like, what are those? Are those? Those not gobstoppers. What are those? Sprees? Aren't they?
Maybe.
Just
Maybe.
hard candies?
The circle, the flat candy.
Yeah,
that like
it's.
Oh, Smarties?
no, those are too big. Those look like the. Well, maybe it might be a Smartie.
Those
No.
look like those Easter eggs though, that are like malt inside
because
of them.
it looked like buns to me, like Sprees.
Yeah. So what do you score this?
I'm gonna give this a 10. I like this.
Alrighty. And then we have the Lesters.
Yeah, if Donald's handing out Easter candy at Halloween, he deserves whatever happens next. That's not great. It's a cute illustration. It's a nice concept. The layout's okay, but it lacks a certain bounciness in the way it brings its ideas together. Like there doesn't seem to be quite a harmony in that. Like we've got head stacking between the vampire and the Frankenstein, which is kind of a no-no and would have been pretty easy to avoid, but it's certainly not terrible. I think I'd give this an 8. Yeah.
Alrighty. How about Melissa?
Okay, one thing that I liked about this character, this art style, like I felt it most strongly in the triplet dressed as Frankenstein's monster, is that it reminded me of the art style of John McClanahan. He was an animator like back in the 90s. He worked on like Tiny Toons and Animaniacs. There was always like there seemed to be like in those cartoons there's always like 3 kind of styles. There's like there's that style that you get when they got those episodes animated in Japan where it's like the most fluid. There's like this kind of like, and then there's this one where it's like where it's like the animation is not quite as it's pretty good, but the emotions and the facial expressions are really pushed through the most. Like it's the
Really
most
strong, but not
comedic and powerful, and like it doesn't feel, it never feels like languid, just going through the motions in as few frames as possible. That kind of thing.
So what do you score this?
I'll say a 10.
All right. And yeah, I dig on this one a lot as well. So I'm not going to stop that train rolling. Lucy Moody, though, says 7. Dark Admiral says 8. And One Slick says 7. And Joe says 8. So we've got 2 8s and 2 7s. All right. Next up, we have Jackson with 6 and Rhaegar with 8. All righty. Jackson with 6, Rhaegar with 8. Brian says he jumped the gun. So let me, he says 9. And the library says 8. So we've got an 8 and a 9. Next up, that candy isn't wrapped. I know, right? Donald Duck, great rendering that sells the Halloween theme in Sweden with, that is a Swedish book. Okay. With the characters, just enough background score, a Swedish chef. 10 bags dirty. And P.S. Did my 5 get equated in the Muppet rating? Yes. But it didn't really hurt it because it just took 1 more 9 off. There was like 4 9s left, so it still ended up being a 9. Let's see. 7 from Undead. I don't like modern books, but this has a great energy and catches the classic spirit, says the library. All right. Jelly beans, Smarties, peanut butter M&Ms, Ethereal saying 8. And the brown sugar candies, the boys should be happy he's not handing out lame Tootsie Rolls. There's nothing wrong with Tootsie Rolls. In America, you call them rocket candies. Do we know? Alrighty, here we go. We got stop. So what is your favorite candy?
Let's see.
For Halloween. Halloween candy. Yeah.
Halloween candy. I guess it would probably be the Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups.
Okay. Let's see. 1-6 taking out the one of the 6 10s, 3 7s takes out 3 of the last 5 10s, and then 7 8. So it's just an 8 because it wipes out those the last 10 and the 1 9. So there we go. All right, we are sticking with the 8s here, kids. We need to find ourselves another 10.
Don't worry, they'll start going to 6s soon. on the contrarians.
All right, that was Eric. So Artie, Pixel, you have Uncle Scrooge number 370.
Other RDV, go.
Yeah, other RDV.
Okay. There's.
What's scarier, the price?
I'm missing some context behind this here. Clearly, Scrooge is very upset by this woman's appearance. Run away. I love Uncle Scrooge, though. I do. The pumpkins are well done. I love the shadows. The background's not just a stagnant color. I think, you know what? I'll go 8 again. Very good.
Alrighty. We got an 8. And what do you think, RDV?
Like I said, that $7.99 price tag is kind of scary. But I look at the upper left corner. That was back in the 80s. Or it's like early 90s when they were doing these ones. Like, imagine what it'd be today. 14?
Maybe, yeah. These are gemstones. They were larger than normal, and they were thicker than normal. Yeah. So what would you score this, RDV?
So this looks like Misery, and he's trying to get away from her.
I'm your biggest fan of your money.
Right. He's got a necklace on. It's got... okay, I thought that was a necklace. That's actually the stem of the pumpkin. So, honestly,
what do you score this?
I don't need the context because obviously he's running away from her. She must be crazy. She's smiling at, and she's looking right at us. She's breaking the fourth wall. So I'm gonna give this a 9.
Alrighty, and Lester's.
This is a great piece. It has the same kind of energy those early comic book covers do. Like it's a funny concept that's stated simply. The pose is amazing on this girl figure here. The pumpkins look great. They're weighted nicely. Good inking. This is just a great running pose on Scrooge. He's holding his hat down. He's got his cane in front of him. I really can't think of a way to improve this. They did amazing. This is a 10.
Alrighty. How about you, Melissa?
This is funny. You get a strong feel. Like I've never seen this character before, but you kind of get this feeling like she's sort of like a Cloud Cuckoo Lander. Just someone who he goes around and she kind of gets under Scrooge's feathers all the time, and you're not sure if she's trying to do it on purpose. It's like she just kind of,
by virtue of being,
like everything she does, she thinks is doing, like she has fun. She thinks she's doing it for fun. She doesn't seem malicious, but you could kind of tell she ruins people's day with whatever she does.
No, she's the nanny.
So what do you score this, Melissa?
It's fine. I think it's 10.
Alrighty, Eric.
I will say 9.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's Donald Duck dressed as a witch. I don't think it's a female witch. What gets me though is, say it is a female witch.
I
would have liked it better if they used Magicka Dispel.
So I don't think
it would be his cousin Carol Duck.
Right. So what do you think, Pixel?
I already gave a number.
You gave this one. Okay, what were you saying, RDV?
I was just saying, don't assume that it's an actual witch. It's Halloween. There's pumpkins, so she's probably dressed up in costume.
Yeah, I don't think it's Donald.
I think it's more like
my whole point was for this, I think it would have been better to use Magicka Dispel.
yeah.
All right, let's go to the chat. It's Dark Admiral giving this an 8, and Ethereal gives it an 8, and Brian Stam gives it an 8, and One Slick Dude gives it an 8. So it's 4 8s. The library gives it a 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 7. All right, next up, Jackson says 6 for Donald in drag. Thank you. He sees it too. Okay, then we have candy corn. You know, all the candy corn that was ever made was created in 1921. It is good.
You're wrong. It was 1621.
My nephew's got a whole bunch of 100 grands on Halloween and would not touch them. I was like, you don't know what you're. I know, right? Those are good. Twix are practically joke prank candy bars because they're Milk-Bone dog biscuits covered with chocolate.
Oh, dare you!
My favorite used to be Reese's Cups, but the Coof has changed the taste in them for me. Wow. Let's see. 7 from Joe asking, is that blonde Magicka? And let's see. We have Rhaegar saying 9. And then Maranya, Uncle Scrooge. Scrooge is running away from Pretty Witch, well-rendered cover that sells the season score. And I put a spell on you, Scrooge 10. The library running Scrooge figure is great. Undead Quinn gives it a 9. And Donald Duck getting his J. Edgar Hoover on. And it sure tastes like it, RDV. Oh, okay. Let's see.
I was talking about the candy corn. I mean,
candy corn?
It's not 1921, 1621.
Yeah, and I like candy corn, by the way. But you know what? I like what they call the Indian corn, where it's got the chocolate top on it. Yeah. Having a good time as you need to call it tonight. Take care. Yeah, we're going slow on this one, and I've been dropping out way too much. But Brian, you take care. Be safe. And let's get the stop here.
If you're going to have candy corn this year, stack it up like a corn on a cob.
There you go. All righty. I'm wondering, do you guys want to do a poll tonight to figure out what's next?
How about French? I don't like Polish.
Okay. But what I'm thinking, because I was going through the books and everything. Oh boy, let me get this where it needs to be first. Okay, so we have 1 6 taking out one of the 3 10s, 2 7s, wipe those out, and then it's 5 8s versus 5 9s. And you know my rule about that. This is an 8. All righty. There we go. And I'm gonna put a rule up here is I even name my first choice for what's next. What I want is we're gonna do a poll, and the suggestions make it a big name comic book character that we have not yet done, and I'm going to put up Amazing Spider-Man because we have not yet even done the first ones.
Have we done any Punishers?
We have not done Punisher yet.
Oh, let's see. Big name comic book characters.
Yeah, big names that we haven't done yet.
Big names.
Or is she?
We did She-Hulk. We did She-Hulk already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did Iron Man as well.
We didn't do. We haven't done Captain America. We haven't done. What else? We've done Green Lantern. We've done Flash.
Captain Marvel.
We've done one Wonder Woman. I'm trying to think. We have not done Captain Marvel.
Oh, Miss Marvel. But we did the we did the 70s one, didn't we?
No.
Yes,
No.
We did Spider-Woman, I know that, but did we do Carol Danvers?
We did not do Carol Danvers.
And I thought we've already done Iron Man as well, too.
Yeah, we did Iron Man. We've got
Punisher. Only one Punisher has ever showed up, and that was the lawnmower one.
Okay, we can do. I'm putting in Punisher, and let's see, Sabrina covers.
Did y'all do Fantastic Four?
That'd be fun.
Did we do the first Fantastic Four? No, we did not.
There you go.
Alrighty. So there we go. We have our poll, and we have Amazing Spider-Man, Ms. Marvel, Punisher, and Fantastic Four. Righty.
I guarantee.
So go forth and vote, my friends. Say again?
No.
Alrighty.
No, I was saying, no matter which one gets voted in, whether it's Amazing Spider-Man, Punisher, or Fantastic Four, like are any of those, like people are like, none of these are 10s, these are all 6s. Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna vote for what I wanted, Punisher.
Of course.
Let's see if Miss Marvel gets a vote. So far, 0. FF is in the lead, and sounds like goodbye, Mr. Angleton.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Mr. Breen.
Oh, hi, Eric.
Eric, how is the sports game tonight? He is
Over.
Also, oh, it's over.
Oh, okay.
Wish my nose running like a sieve was.
Ah,
Did the allergy medicine not help?
Benadryl.
Not really.
Uh,
Yeah, I was say Benadryl might work, but it also might put you to bed.
well,
Fantastic Four is in the lead.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I am really just dropping here a lot. Dang.
welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. When the names are changed and they run around. I don't know the lyrics to that.
Use what those hippies use, the neti pot. Blech.
The what?
The neti pot where you pour the water up your nose. You guys how you flush it?
Does it work?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I feel like you're gonna taste like snot and earwax in the back of your throat. I've never done it before, but that's what it's all connected.
Rotten earwax. Yeah. Alrighty, let's get going here. We are on book number 8. And who started us off last time? It was okay, so if I had number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I had number 5, that means 6, 7, that would be Pixel. And now we've got RDV with Walt Disney Donald Duck issue number something or other. I honestly cannot read that number. I think it's 28. Could be 26.
All right. Well, I gotta borrow $10 because I'm about to make a Zach joke. There's a Zach in the bottom left corner. Wow. You know, that witch would be a lot cooler if she had one of those rainproof brooms.
Yeah, by the way, this Trick or Treat is a very famous cartoon starring that witch and Donald Duck, and the cast here. It's on Disney Plus right now, and it's amazing. And I watch it every freaking year.
This is a 10.
All right. Okay, how about you, Lesters?
Oh, yeah, this is great. Everything about this works. I'll give that a 10.
Okay, how about you, Melissa?
It does look adorable. It looks like the nephews found a new friend to go trick-or-treating with, and Val's the only one who realizes how bizarre this is. That's fun. I'll give it a 10.
Okay, Eric.
10.
All right, Pixel.
Does anybody remember the cartoon that has Huey, Dewey, and Louie in those costumes with the witch?
I would love to see it.
Yeah, I just said it's Trick or Treat. It's on Disney Plus right now. I watch it every year.
It's great. It's great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, this is absolutely a 10.
I want this comic book now just because I want to see if it's a straight up adaptation. All right, so we go unanimously. Let's see what the chat has to say. A 10 from Undead Quinn, a 10 from the library. All righty. And then let's see. Joe gives it an 8. Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, Mr. Joe. Let's see. Trick or Treat is also a good horror anthology. Yes, it is. It's fan-freaking-tastic. You're right. Let's see. Dark Admiral gives it a 10, and Ethereal decides to be a worse friend than Joe. I don't know why, but it's okay. Everybody's got their opinions, and their opinions count. And Rhaegar says 10, and Jackson says 8, and Glenzer says 10. So 2 10s and an 8. All righty. And let's see. Maranya says, Donald Duck, the witch is scolding Donald to give his nephews lots of candy. Perfect character design. Sells season score a trick or treat 10. Next up, One Slit gives it a 10. And let's see. And a pack one is in it. Wait, what? Oh, trick or treat. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Alrighty. So, guys, this is 1 7 2 8s versus 12 10s. We have our second 10 of the evening.
Well earned.
Alrighty. Okay. Why are you not letting me go? Oh, there we go. Say again. Well earned.
Yep, well earned.
There we are. So now we have 4 8s, 2 9s, and 2 10s, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. There we go. And let's get on. Lester's has the next book. I should have put the stop up. Let me actually get that stop. Oop, I almost hit in stream. Okay, let's go with stop. And then we've got start for book number 9. And that,
Oh my goodness.
okay,
Oh,
and there you go.
This is still kind of sweet though. You gotta feel really sorry for poor Uncle Donald, but it's nice to see his nephews being supportive.
Yeah.
I don't know why it spooked him so badly, because even the security guard doesn't seem to think it's that scary. But
He's
it's
laughing
still,
at Donald.
yeah, I guess so. It's a cute drawing though, and I like the colors well enough. I think I'll give it a 9.
Alrighty, we got a 9 from Amy. And Melissa?
I think I'll give it a 9 too.
Alrighty. And how about you, Eric?
Let's see. Donald looks like I feel right now.
Oh, I looked there.
This is cute and everything, but it's not really blowing me away like some of the other ones are, even some of the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I guess it's got an old Carl Barks story in there somewhere. I'm gonna say 8.
Alrighty. Okay, how about you, Pixel?
8 is a great number.
8 is
Okay.
great.
And it's one I agree with, but what about you, RDV?
You bring up Carl Barks, those eyes, it reminds you of the old Carl Barks, some of the stories when Donald gets crazy, look like that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
scared. So, yeah, because at first I thought that was like, oh, this is like a 2017 looking like this. Then I realized it's Gemstone.
Oh.
So I like that. I like this, And this is more like the kids, Donald's usually the one's freaking out because he got scared, and like they're like, Uncle Donald, you're all right. It's like, and the kids are usually oblivious. Sometimes they think that he's actually, faking it, pretending to be scared, when they're the ones who actually were scared. So I'm gonna give it a 10.
All right. And let's go to the chat here. And we have, let's see, an 8 from Ethereal, a 9 from Rhaegar, and a 7 from One Slit. So we have a 7, an 8, and a 9. Let's see, Spider-Man in a poll. I wonder who will win. Hey, guys, what's doing? Spooky Ghost, I'll say 10, says MK. And let's see, Joe says 8, Library says 6, and Jackson says 8. So we've got 2 8s and a 6. Next up, we have Jackson said, Glenzer says 9, and Maranya says Donald Duck, well-rendered modern comic cover that tells a story. Maybe Donald got a child support bill. Score a haunted AO. I'm going to guess that's 10. All righty. Camera's off. All right, and let's see. Dark Admiral says 8. Okay. And let's see, 1 10 and 1 8. See, we've got 1 7 and 1 6 and 1 7 taking out 2 of the 4 10s, and then we've got 7 8s knocking out the last 2 10s and all 3 9s, and this is an 8. Alrighty, whoops, I forgot to reshare out. Okay, there we go, and let's scroll on down and get this up to 8 Town. There we go, as we move on to our 10th cover of the night. And this one, I guess I start off. So let me go Oh, we have Tron coming in with an 8, which doesn't change the placement, but it does help the score. Alrighty. AOA daylight come and me won't go home. Let's see. I get number 10. Let me put in the gopher. Donald Duck and Friends. And Friends.
And
Guys.
Friends.
All right.
Donald Duck.
And Friends.
Yep.
Yeah. All righty, kids. And this is, I don't even see an issue number. They didn't need it. They just knew they had and Friends. All righty, gang. So what we got here is
what you got up there is actually is number 300. This is October 300.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, it says right. Yeah, my bad eyes. We're gonna get glasses. I'm gonna get glasses coming up here. I already got my prescription. Let's see. You know what? This is a fun one. This, I think, being Gladstone, sometimes Gladstone copied older covers. Now, I did not see this one as an older cover, so it might be out there. But this one really does invoke the same kind of feel. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10. And hold on just a minute, and I'll send this to Eric.
I will concur.
Goodbye.
Alrighty, and Pixel, yeah, just go down the line. I'm talking to my wife here. We've got we're talking about a situation.
While I do like the and Friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you do. Just one name and everyone else doesn't get credit.
Exactly. That's how it's meant to be.
Why didn't that just say Puppetine?
All right.
That's the only thing it's missing. You know what? I have to take away a point for that. No. I think it's a good cover. Very good cover. But I can't say it's awesome. I'm going to go 8.
Alrighty, how about you, RDV?
That is a 10. I love the jack-o'-lantern duck. That is clever. I don't know where Donald is, I guess. Or I mean, I don't know where you're supposed to.
On his front porch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think that's kind of funny because they're Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Donald Duck, because the pumpkin is obvious Donald Duck, right?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird though. It's like he's like, what is he looking at? Is he supposed to? Maybe if his eyes were looking at us, he's like, what? Good grief.
Mm-hmm.
No, but at first I thought the one on the right was Harpo Marx.
Almost looks like a pilgrim.
I know, right?
It's supposed to be a program, I think. It's the
Or
badly
he's-
drawn pilgrim.
Or he's doing like what you call it, like Ichabod Crane kind of thing there.
I'm gonna go 9 because that pilgrim. This looks like you just put on a polo shirt from work, like Publix, you know.
Alrighty, Amy and Melissa.
I think this is nicely enough done. The shrubs are, the shrubs are okay. But I guess if that's the thing that's popping out at me, then maybe I would have done something a little different with the layout of the costume.
Shrubbery.
It is great though. I think I'll give it at least a 9 because they did a good job with it.
And Melissa?
I'll give it a 9 too.
Okie dokies. Let's see what the chat says. Alrighty, we have and Friends. You guys need to sue them. They stole your bit 20 years before you did it. Yes.
Yes.
9
right.
for the library. We've got, say again.
No, I was joking.
Okay. Let's see. 9 for the library, 8 for Dark Admiral. Okie dokies. And cool. Hey, you ever try contacts on or not your thing? Wait, what?
Have
I
you
don't know
tried
what you're talking
contacts?
about. Oh, contact lenses, not my thing. I don't trust myself with it. It'd be like, and I'll pierce my skull. Joe says 8. Undead Quinn says 9, and Glenzer says 10. And so does MK saying cool ducky jack-o'-lantern. All right, so we got 8, 9, 2 10s. 8, 9, and 2 10s. Next up, 7 from Tron. And we have an 8 from Jackson. And next up, Maranya says, Donald Duck 300. Donald annoyed at nephews making fun of him with the duck-o'-lantern. Well rendered overall. Score and Friends 10.
Maybe
And
from that
also
first
Rhaegar's saying 10. And he looks like little Lord Fauntleroy, says Joe.
I can
There
see
you
that.
go. All right. Once again, if you have a late vote, please put it on in there. If it does affect the score and change it, we will change whatever it changes. And oh, there you go. One slick 8, and it's issue 308. All right. Thank you, sir. I will change that number and on my page. There we go. Let's see. And he gave it an 8 as well. So what we ended up having here is 1 7 and 5 8s, taking out those 6 8s, leaving 5 9s, and that's where this lands it. All right, and that was 10, so that was mine. So the next up is going to go to Eric. How you doing, bud? You holding in?
Yeah.
All right. All right, this is a 9, and let's get it started.
I like the other version. Let's get retarded in here.
That is how it began.
Oh.
Start for Stitch. There we go. And this is actually a variant cover of Stitch comic. And here we go. For Eric, you start us off.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's good.
It looks like AI art.
I just
It's really blurry.
it's just I don't know. I probably should like it more than I do, but it's just kind of there for me. So I'm gonna say 7.
If you're not a Lilo and Stitch person, it's kind of hard to like. Yeah, you're like, what is this?
Well, I mean, you can appreciate the art, and I say,
Yeah.
I look at it, I go, it's good, but yeah, nothing really beyond that.
You know, it does. I mean, it's a fuzzy cover, but I mean, otherwise, it's still good art though.
Yeah. There's no place I'd rather be than out on a surfboard out at sea. I love Lilo and Stitch. It was one of the cartoons that they turned into a TV show. Watched it every night. Every night, 4 o'clock in the morning. Young Pixel was just watching the next 2 hours of Lilo and Stitch, and it was great. This is a good cover. It's fine. It's in spirit. Let's go 9. I think it's awesome. And I will just have to say, I know you said it looks like AI art, Amy, but this was way before AI art. So
yep.
Right.
Eric, what did you give this?
7.
7. Okay, I was out for a little bit. Alrighty, how about you, RDV?
I mean, if it was just Stitch by himself, I'd rate it higher, but I don't care for the other characters. I mean, I've also never really watched Lilo and Stitch either. I know Stitch from some of the cartoons. He's also been in the there's a Disney game out there. It's like a Halloween game. So, but for what it is, the pumpkins and they're supposed to be in Hawaii, I guess. I'll go 8 on this.
Alrighty. And Lester's.
Okay. So the biggest problem with this, and I'm having a hard time overlooking it, is the characters are rendered from a straight on angle, but the environment is not. At least the doorway isn't. You should be having a perspective of being kind of up above them. So if you're trying to do this with some character, they should probably be looking up towards you. And you've got 2 separate characters with the same posing and same expressions, but they're not interacting with each other in any way. Even Nani, who's standing in the background, she's really kind of vacantly there. She's not thinking this is cute. She's not looking at her watch. She's not looking over her shoulder. The front porch doesn't really seem to be communicating a lot. The environment behind it is busyness, and you could have used that space for trying to get your layout with your characters a bit better, do something with the personality with that. The colors are fine, but when you take flat images and try and put them on a poorly rendered environment, it's going to look more generated. I mean, I guess they were just going for a graphic art approach, and I get that, but then they probably should have tried something more graphic art. I think I'll give this a.
Be
The
honest.
colors are nice.
8.
Yeah, I guess I can give it an 8 for the colors, which are probably
Alrighty.
done by robot.
Melissa?
I'll go 8 too. I noticed I had a sort of like an unsettled feeling looking at it. I couldn't quite understand it, but I think you kind of broke it down pretty well.
I like the background more than the foreground. You kind of talked me out of this with that thing. Like I like everything around Lilo and Stitch more than I like, than I actually like them. That being said, because of that, I'm giving this a 6, lowest of the night here for me. But let's see what everybody else says. Jackson says I lost my soul. I'm giving it a 5, and Library gives it a 3.
I mean,
saying that is a
character drawings are okay, but who would bring it together?
horrible, a very bad cover. Very bad cover. All right, so Dark Admiral gives it a 6, Glinzer a 7. Okay. And then we have an 8. I'll go here, says MK. And we have an 8 from Joe saying it's fun. And Rhaegar says 8 as well. Lilo and Stitch, well-rendered animation model, adorable. Fits the season, sells the book to target audience like a good cover should. Score a Lilo and Stitch 10.
They're well drawn on model as far as that goes.
They're absolutely that.
All righty. And then an 8 from Ethereal. And we have all the pumpkins make it look like AI art, says Joe. Undead Quinn says 9. Alrighty, and let's see. Maranya's keyboard is broken. Only types 10s. One Slick Dude says 5. And then we get the Library. The tiny logo and modern design really throws this off. Color is ruddy. The figure is blurry in the background. This was the best scan I got of it, by the way. Alrighty, so here we go. We have 1 3, taking out that 1 10, 2 5s, taking out those 2 9s, and then 2 6s, 2 7s, trying to take out those 7 8s. And failing.
I hope Lilo can find some sense of identity outside of Stitch. Like if she had dressed up as like Elvis or something like that, that would have been kind of nice. Because Stitch isn't dressed up as Lilo, so. Uh-oh. Did we lose you again?
No, you didn't lose me. It's just that this one didn't go.
Oh, oops.
There we go. All right. Now
CNN being CNN, they're like, they cut away from the Trump rally. They fact checked. Yeah, CNN's so triggered by the Madison Square Garden, and so they broke away. Now we're gonna say everything he just said was a lie. It's like,
we'll come away from that.
At this point, like, no one's watching. I don't know anybody who's watching.
Alrighty, let's see. We have who is next up? We have that was Eric, right? Because I'm 10, you're 11, so this means Pixel gets 12. Gargoyles Halloween special.
Oh dear Lord.
Gargoyles. You know, there is one show that I never really did watch. That was Gargoyles. All my siblings loved that when they were growing up, but I never watched
Keith David as Goliath.
I know that he's in it. I just never watched the show.
I picked the wrong cover, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, when we look at the rejects, the other Gargoyle was better. Okay. Anyway.
Then quick pause. Put that one up.
All right. Okay. Don't score this one, guys. Don't score this one.
We're not scoring. I'm not scoring.
Yeah. So let's choose which one we actually want to.
I actually think. Let me go into the rejects and pull the other, because I had 2 that I thought. I think it's what do you call it? A variant. And from far away, I thought this one. Okay, it looks a little decent, but I think this one is just a lot more fun. What do you guys think?
That's actually well rendered. Yeah. The other thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Let's have this one up instead.
Okay, this will be the one then.
Also, was it Commander Riker on there? He's a voice actor. Yeah.
So, just for reference, when did this cover come out?
This is recent. This had to have been the recent series, probably within the last year or so.
I think that this is pretty good. I actually kind of prefer the other one, though.
You know what,
this is good,
Pixel?
though.
You're gone.
Sorry. Just, them looking like dinosaurs down there isn't working for me.
You prefer this one.
Well, that's what he
Okay,
is.
never mind. I take it back.
I was gonna say,
I'm
no,
going to delete
Maybe
this
I am a
one.
Hera supporter. No,
There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
Okay, and let me pull this one back up. Okay, so there you go.
This is let's go 7. It's good.
All righty. And how about you, RDV?
yeah. For those with context, who ever watch the show, heathens. Oh, the one there. That's the one thing that always drove me nuts. The other ones are like it's walk-ups and around humanoid. The one on the bottom corner was always like their dog. I never understood that.
Yep. Some gargoyles are people, and some I guess like Mickey and Pluto, right?
It'd be like, it's like Goofy hanging out with Pluto.
Goofy and Pluto.
So but I'm gonna give you this. I love this. The art in the background. This is a 10.
All righty. And how about you, Lester Sisters?
This is so much better than the other. The other one I was going to have to rank like a 4. It was just awful. This is maybe not particularly imaginative, but it's well done. The little dog guy in the foreground is well rendered. I don't really know the lizard guy. He's okay, I guess. It looks like a pirate costume, and the candy bucket's at an interesting angle. There's a good scatter with the candy effect, and the lightning, at least the lightning is behaving appropriately as an environmental light source. So yeah, I think I'll give this an 8.
All righty.
Brian's wearing the
Melissa?
side cover.
I'll give it
What
an 8
says
too.
you? Okay, we got
Also
an 8.
8.
Eric.
I'll keep the 8 train rolling.
Okay, Pixel.
I already ranked it.
Oh, 1, 2.
You.
Okay. What'd you give it?
I gave it a 7.
7. Okay, then RDV, the 2. There we go. All righty. And
It's your turn.
yeah, yeah. All right. There we go. I got it. Yeah, I'm going 8 as well. I think it's definitely a-okay. It's a very good cover, but
Yeah.
Rhaegar saying 6. Undead Quinn says 8. One dead Quinn says 7. All righty. So we've got a 6, a 7, and an 8. All right, there we go. 6, 7, and 8. Sorry there, Slick. See, Joe says 6. Library says 5. So we've got a 5 and a 6. And let's see, nearly every Star Trek cast member was on the Gargoyles cartoon. And Ethereal Dragon says 10. Let's see. No Comics has been able to capture the show, says Jackson, giving this a 6. And we have Troya's Demonia was incredible. Glimser gives this a 9. And MK, it's like a meaner looking snarf. I'll go 9. So that's 2 9s. I do a horrible MK impersonation, by the way. Gargoyles 1. This standard Gargoyles cover with a lone jack-o'-lantern tossed in to suggest Halloween with well rendered, even with a lack of more Halloween elements. It's still a Gargoyles 10.
How does he sound?
And then we have he combined one slicked and undead. Donna Troy was Demonia. I'm guessing. All right, so we have 1 5 taking out one of the 2 10s, 3 6s. So there goes that 1 10 and the 2 9s, and then it's 2 7s versus 6 8s. We
gotta get your voice deep like this.
Yep.
And you have to
There you
talk
go. And
back in the throat.
nobody can do me well.
all very
You know
deep,
what?
very
That's
low.
personal there, MK. All right, let's get this to the 8s. All righty, and where are we? Here we are. You know what? Yeah, there we go.
MK
No.
challenge not accepted for that one comment there.
Was that?
He said no, that's okay. Nobody can do me well.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's personal, man. And it sounds very sad. Okay, let's go to the next. And I did believe if that was book, what are we talking about? 10, 11, 12.
I thought
This is
I
the
am curious,
13th,
though.
right?
I did not
So
know
it's
that
RDV. RDV's taking this one.
Jackson,
All
I did
right.
not know that you're a Gargoyles fan. Did you read the recent one for Dynamite? But Mickey Mouse and Friends. My
That's why I
intellectual
kept it in.
properties. He's like, you're
Horace, did you forget? I own it all.
I mean, 10. You're haunted by Mickey. I am every night. Every Friday and Sunday when we read X-Men.
All righty. What do you give it, Lister? Not Listers, Lester's.
Uncle Lester's.
This has to be the single creepiest comic I think I've seen this season. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
But it's a good Mickey.
Solid inks.
Yeah, why is he haunting this horse dude? I don't know.
Well, that's
the window
Goofy, but it
environment-
looks more like Goofy back in the beginning when he was more of a cow than a dog.
No, that could be. He doesn't
No,
have a
that's
little button on
Horace.
his-
Okay,
Horse?
it looks like Horace then.
He's a
Horse
horse.
then. Gosh.
Horse.
I think I'll give this maybe a 10. It's kind of
All right.
outstanding. I can't say
How
it's my
about you,
favorite,
Melissa?
10, but it's good.
That's a solid. Yeah, I'll give it a 10 too.
All right. And Eric, what says you?
Why not? 10.
Okay. And Pixels.
Well, is there any other number than a hot dog 10? Oh, boy.
Do you know what the significance of hot dog and Mickey is?
What's that?
No.
That
Hot
is
dog's
the
a hot
first
dog.
thing Mickey ever said.
Really?
Yeah, even in Steamboat Willie, it was a lot of squawks and squeaks. The first word Mickey ever said in cartoons was hot dog. He was a hot dog vendor, and it was da na 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 hot dog, and he just kept saying that over with the music.
Did anyone else catch anything that you referred to? How about you, Pixels? Like,
Alrighty, so let's go with what we got. We got 5. It's my turn. I'll keep this train rolling. Look, I kept this because it said Mickey Mouse and Friends, and I know you guys are big on the and Friends, but it really is a well-rendered cover. It's in a dark room. Once again, they could have shown you where the wall was, but there's obviously a window.
A dark room with my thunder.
And the weird thing is it's also the window is there to show you that this ghost Mickey does not cast a shadow. All right, let's go to the chat and see what they says about
I
this.
just have to say, it would have been better if it said "and property."
Right. Dark Admiral says 9. Glinzer and Joe says 8. So we've got 2 8s and a 9. I don't know who Pixel is voicing right now, but that sounds terrifying. Library says 7. Jackson says 6, and so does One Slick Dude. So we've got 2 6s and a 7. Let's see, 8 from Rhaegar. Alrighty, and then we've got anything but scary but funny. So I'll say 9, says MK. And then we have, let's see. So does this mean Mickey was serving up mustard and bigotry? Nope, just mustard. Mickey Mouse and Friends. Mickey spooking horse. Simple, effective. Shows Mickey's real mean side. Score an and Friends 10. Kidoki, let's see, true or false? Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes, see to speak. I think he did once or twice. 6, it's okay, says Ethereal.
Wild turkey.
All right. But I think once or twice Tasmanian did speak. Let's see, we have 3 6s taking out 3 of those 7 10s, 1 7, and 3 8s taking out the rest of the 7 10s, leaving 2 9s left standing. All right. And we'll get the stop. There you go. And let's get this into the 9 column. Zoinks and away. Yoinks. That is that's Daffy Duck is Robin Hood. Okay, and next up we have the Lester sisters starting us off on one of my favorite DuckTales, one of my favorite Donald Duck characters. This is Giant Halloween Hex, issue number 1, starring Magica DeVille. No.
The spell.
Anyway, there you go. The spell.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
that is
I mean,
how I think
that
of things.
expression and that goofy bat. I mean, yeah, 10. That's amazing.
Alrighty. How about Melissa?
I think this does a really good job capturing. It feels modern, but it still does a good job capturing that kind of spooky, fun, kind of Halloween kind of feeling that you want to get in a Disney book like this. So I'll give it a 10.
Googly bat.
Googly bat. Yep.
Alrighty. And Eric.
I must be missing something.
That's okay.
You don't
A
see the
leg?
bat?
No, I see the bat. I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm just a more of a fan of the older style, and this this feels kind of like it's computer generated.
Too glossy.
Yeah, it might be it, but I mean,
See
it's,
that black slain art.
but I will still give it an 8.
Yeah, you know what? It reminds me that what you're saying here reminds me of the people who didn't like CDs because albums sound better.
Well, yeah,
there's just something that's missing because you don't have that. Yeah. All right. So we get an 8 from Eric. How about Pixel?
I'm gonna go 7. It's far too glossy. Like I get that the light's coming from the pumpkin, and that's a lot of light. It's too bright. It should be a darker surrounding.
More looming. Yeah, I can
Right.
see that.
And how about you, RDV?
Looking at this, I don't like the glossiness. Also, where's Jonah Hex? This is Halloween Hex.
No?
Yeah, I don't. This is the art I don't like when it gets too CG looking, the computer graphics.
Mm-hmm.
I like the original hand drawn or painted stuff. This is more like digital art. So I'm gonna go with the Pixel on this. I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
Also $7 because it's a variant cover too.
It was brought to my attention that there is a derpy tooth on the jack-o'-lantern. And I guess I've learned that I need derpy teeth.
Yeah, but there's also a Gil Kane nose shot on that bat.
That is true.
Well, there's more nuance than I thought in this cover.
Wow. Well, I'm joining the Lesters on this one. I love it, and I like I said, I like Magica Dispel. Dark Admiral saying 10, so is Glenzer and Dark Admiral.
I thought you liked Magica DeVille.
Exactly. Yes. Let's see. So that's 2 10s. And let's see. One Slick says 8, and Steel Traditional Art says 6. And then we have, let's see. Was Steel Traditional? Next one is Too Simple. Give it a 6, says Jackson. Alrighty. And we have Giant Halloween Hex, Magica Dispel. Even with the digital art style rendering, the concept, the details are great, and push this to a Dispel 10. And then we have an 8 from Joe. Okay. And next up, this is like if Alex Ross did Disney. The Jack-o'-lantern does have derpy tooth, Eric. Albums do sound better, says Joe. Donald Duck and Drag. The wig looks odd. No, it's Magica Dispel. It's an actual character there. Let's see. Okay, listen to everyone. I've come to a decision, says Rhaegar. 10. The first CDs were badly mastered, taken from the wrong tapes. They've learned a lot since then. Albums are warmer, but CDs are cleaner and easier to use, says Jackson. Library says 9. I should hate this modern, but oddly digging this one. You know why? Magica Dispel.
There you go.
The airbrush aesthetic. All righty. And there we go. Eric Breen, the pumpkin has Michael Strahan's missing tooth. That seemed unnecessarily mean to Michael Strahan. Wow. After he had to be adopted by Sandra Bullock? Come on, man. Only to find out they weren't. All right, let me get the stop up here. And remember, if you have a late vote, feel free to put that in. And there we go. Let's see where this lands. We have 2 6s and 3 7s, taking out 5 of those 7 10s. And then we have 3 8s, taking out 2 10s and that 1 9. And this lands at, man, we got a lot of 8 tonight. That's where this one is going. All righty. Bum, bum. Okay, and that goes to the 8s. And then we have, oh, I forgot. We have one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 16. And okay, so let's see. I get the next one.
There you go.
Which one do I get? Oh, it's kind of exciting. Oh, this is a fucking 10. Sorry for my language, ladies. Sorry about that. Walt Disney's Donald Duck, issue what looks like 332. Donald Duck reading a ghost story surrounded by ghosts featuring Trick or Treat by Carl Barks. All right, let me get that go for Donald Duck. Looks like 332. Okay, and absolutely, I love the way the ghosts are rendered around him. He is drawn well. The couch. This is a gemstone book, but it's obvious it's a Golden Age cover, or at least a Golden Age inspired cover. Freaking 10 all day. All righty. What do you say, Eric?
Yeah, I don't know if this is what you just said, and I never thought I would give an instant 10 to something that had a triple-digit price tag on it. But yeah, this is a 10. Absolutely.
All righty. How about you, Pix?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You have that classic style for the Disney ghosts that would be in there in the classic cartoons. I love it. It's a 10.
All righty. And let's see. RDV?
It's like when you read something and then everybody has to make a comment about what you're reading.
Just let me read my book.
What you reading? What you reading? What you reading?
This is a 10. This might be our second.
Donald, what you reading?
This might be our second 10 tonight.
All righty. And then we have the Lester sisters.
I wonder if he's nervous because one of them is threatening to spoil the end of it.
Maybe that's it.
And he's kind of like, no, I've almost got to the end. Don't do that. And the others are like, come on. Leave him alone. You only get to read this the first time once. So, but it's a great cover. I love the posing, the body language, the expressions, and the angles at which the different ghosts have their heads moved and they're rendered. Whoever drew this
Knew what they were doing.
This is a 10.
All righty. How about you, Melissa?
Also 10. Also, I find that crossing out the R in Anne Friends is a cute touch.
Yeah, and
so it's Anne Fiends. Yes.
That's
all right. So let's go to the chat where Glinzer's giving it a 10 and Steel Traditional Arts is giving it a 6. I have to do this twice today. Every party has a pooper. That's what we divided. STA. There you go. I'm just going to put it that way because that's too many words. All right. So we have One Slick a Dude says 10 and Fiends. All righty. Next up, we have Joe giving it a 9, Ethereal giving it a 9, and Jackson giving it an 8, the library giving it a 10. Donald almost looks like Scrooge McDuck a little here, but scared and not angry. I'll say 10, says MK.
I mean, they're related.
And yep. Donald Duck and Friends, the R is crossed, our Fiends, the R is crossed out. The cover feels like a still from a cartoon in the best way possible. This is a poor spooked Donald, giving it a 10. If the puppets do a reading on Thursday, you need to use the And Fiends. Do this book. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. In spite of a few party poopers tonight, I think we have another 10. Because we have 1, 6, knocking out one of those 11 10s. 8. 1, 8 taking out one more, so that's down to 9. Going up against the 9s, there's only 2 of those, so that makes it 7 10s, and that's still good enough to make the 10s. Alrighty, cool, and cool. There we go, our third 10 of the evening. And here we go. Last cover of the night, and it goes to Eric. Here you go. You have Walt Disney's
wow.
Autumn Adventures. I don't know if this will be the best cover, but it is definitely the most cover. And Dark Admiral Hare gave the last one a 10 as well.
It's a wraparound.
There's a lot going on here.
You know what, girls? That's the gummy bears in there.
Gummy bears. Oh my god, Link, buddy.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of different. You got the gummy bears, Chip and Dale, the three pigs, the three little pigs. You got Mickey Mouse's nephews, which you hardly ever see. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Grandma Duck, I forget her name. You've got Super Goofy, not just Goofy, but Super Goofy. Donald and Daisy, Mickey and Minnie, Uncle Scrooge. Get the name of the wolves, but you've got Clarabelle and what was his name again, Pix?
Horace.
Horace, and then three characters I can't actually see.
And you got Gyro Gearloose.
Sweet.
Did I miss him? Where's Gyro?
Isn't he like climbing over the fence?
Oh, who is this? The goose in the front?
No,
Oh, that's not Gyro. Wait. Unless
looks
I'm
like-
missing.
That might-
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Is
look,
that
it's-
Gyro behind Clarabelle? It looks like he's got a hat and his sharp beak.
That's what I think it is.
Okay. Okay.
But,
Yeah, I know that's like the brainy duck.
Gyro Gearloose.
pretty-
He's the inventor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's actually climbing over the fence right there. That's actually that's Lucky. It's Donald's cousin, or is it Donald Duck's cousin? When it's always Lucky.
Okay. Well, there we go. Happy Halloween 1991, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you score this, Eric?
Well, if that's not Gyro Gearloose, I'm giving this a 4.
Okay.
Where's my Gyro Gearloose?
Gyro Gearloose has like a parakeet beak.
Yeah, and he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you see him though. Or looking.
No, I guess he's not on there.
Behind
but-
Clarabelle?
Where's
So
Clarabelle?
do I mark this as a 4, Eric? What do you give this?
This is a 10. But
In this riding broom.
And there's Lucky.
I know it's a comic book cover you can look at for a while, isn't it?
Which Clarabelle? You talking about on the?
Clarabelle is riding the broomstick with Horace.
Oh, okay. I don't know, but I don't know the freaking cows' names.
How about you, Pixel? What do you
Horace
think?
is a horse. This is absolutely a 10. When you have a cover like this that's made with just love and attention to detail, care, it's great. It's fantastic. It's 10.
Okay, RDV.
It'd be hilarious if Donald was there. He's freaking out. He's like, I don't, because the kids are throwing a party. But it's the 10 though. This is great. Like I said, this is back when Disney actually cared about the comic books, the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These are nice.
Lester Sisters.
This is like if George Perez did like a Disney cover, almost, right? He could put a little more in there, but it has that cool vibe, and I really like that about it. Yeah, I would give this a 10.
Alrighty. And Melissa?
Also 10. Solid background, really cute characters, really busy, really well thought out scene. I like it a lot. It's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This looks like it's the Fox characters. Whatever I think it was, or Disney Afternoon was what it was called. It looks like it's the characters from them. I think it deserves a 10 for Pluto dressed as a cowboy. All right, let's go to the chat. Says Glenzer says best cover hands down. Give it a 10. Steel Tradition gives it a 7. Alrighty, and then we have let's see, are those gummy bears? Yes, they are. 10 from Dark Admiral, as well as the library saying extravaganza. Alrighty. And then we have, let's see if George Perez did a Disney cover. This would be it, says Glenzer. Joe gives it a 10. Okay. And then we have, let's see, talking about sports ball for you there, Eric, within a disguise. Everyone is getting in on the Halloween act. Mickey and Minnie as Indians. That alone earns a score of 10 from me. Yep. Wow. 10 for the layout alone, says Jackson. And then we've got MK. For a second, I thought the friendly pumpkin lost his left eyeball. Ha ha. But that's just Alvin. The Care Bears are funny. Porky's cousin down there, and Space Mickey, I'll say 10. Should anybody tell him how the Looney Tunes aren't Disney? But let's see. What do we got? Chipo Gyro's on the broom behind Clarabelle and Gus. Alrighty. And Gus Goose is holding the gate. Thank you for the name there, Gus. Into Disguise. This is a 10. Sounds Hours just figuring it all out, says Into Disguise. Alrighty. Then we've got Rhaegar giving it a 10. Thank you, CCC, the Disney aficionado. No, okay.
Aficionado.
Thank you. Aficionado.
You know, it'd be great if they actually had Launch Pack, Darkwing Duck, and Uncle Scrooge in here. Or I know here's Uncle Scrooge. There's no Darkwing Duck or Launch
Yeah,
Pack.
no Darkwing Duck.
Or Darkwing Duck.
This was
Darkwing
1991.
doesn't exist yet.
Rhaegar says 10. Ethereal says 9. Not quite a 10. And then we have, let's see. Also, those are the 3 pigs and Mortimer Mouse, Mickey's nephew. All righty, kids.
Dalton Mortimer?
It's harsh. We have 1-7. We have 1-9, and they are going up against 16 10s. So I almost feel like not only am I going to give this a 10, I'm going to put this right here. But here you go, guys. This is the layout, ladies and gentlemen. We have no obvious last place. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. What's going on?
We can't see any, bro. All I see is a comic book cover.
Oh, I do that all the damn time, don't I? There we go.
It's a recovery.
There we are. The layout, ladies and gentlemen. I love comments like, where's Whack? Where's Wacko? Okay, so let's figure this out. Let's figure out where everything goes. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we have started to include you guys in on this vote. We used to not. And so we will go along with the 8s. We'll start with Eric. Eric, on the 8s, what is your favorite and least favorite of these Disney Halloween comics?
My favorite is the first one.
All right.
And my least favorite is you know what I never spent all night watching, and then after that 2 more hours, Lilo and Stitch.
All right. It's Lilo, but okay.
That's how little
That
I
just
watched.
proves this point, though, by the way. All righty. How about you, Pixel?
I'm going to say my favorite is actually the one with Cousin Carol popping out and scaring Scrooge McDuck.
Okay.
Carol from The Walking Dead?
No, I'm just joking because that duck has something that reminds me of my grandmother's hairstyle.
It's probably Barbara Wawa.
Have a good one, Jackson.
So yeah, Uncle Scrooge is my favorite there. And my least favorite is actually, I'm going to have to go with the Hex. I just can't forgive it for how glossy it is.
All righty.
It's just shining too brightly.
Okay, RDV, what's your favorite and least favorite?
I love the first one, the Donald Duck and the Pumpkins, and I
Okay.
agree with Pixel, the Hex one. If she were wearing welder glasses, the welder's goggles, because it's so glossy, it would be better. But
All
it don't.
righty. How about you, Lester Sisters?
My favorite's the one with Uncle Scrooge and the duck lady jumping up there going, ta-da! I don't know. I think that one's just cute.
I found you.
Least favorite? It might be the Muppets one. I like the Muppets, and that's why this is a little like
A little hard. 'Cause
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Melissa?
Interesting.
Let's see. My favorite would also be the Uncle Scrooge one. My least favorite, I guess it's going to be the Donald finding the 3 jack-o'-lantern Huey Dewey Louie one.
Okay. That is your least favorite. All righty, for me.
How dare you, madam?
For me, out of the 8s, I've got to go favorite being the German one or the Swedish one.
That's Zach's favorite too.
Yeah. And then my least favorite is Gargoyles.
Oh, help with a J. That's your problem.
So which one's the
J
German
won't
one?
help.
The castle?
The one where the Huey, Dewey, and Louie are stealing the candy with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So library says the best is the bed pumpkins and the worst is gargoyles. Alrighty. And then we have next one is Glinzer saying Vortex Eyed Donald. That's the one with the castle here. Okay. And the worst is Lilo and Stitch. Alrighty. And then we have Maranya 8's best is Swedish Trick or Treat. Worst is Gargoyles. Alrighty. And let's see. Lilo and Stitch is the best. Worst is Hex, says Steel Tradition. Alrighty. Best is Lilo and Stitch. Worst is Hex. And then Judge is not good in postseason. Ethereal says Gargoyles and Muppets. Okay. And then we have, they might be drinking Boone's Farm. Okay, let's see. If you have a vote that's late, by all means, put it down. And if it changes it, well, it probably would change something at this point. All righty. And once again, this is all decided on ratio. So here we go. Do we have any all negatives, no positives? Yes, we do. One with 2 and one with 3. So the one with 3 is Halloween Hex. The one with 2, unfortunately, because they are awesome, is the Muppets. And then we have, let's see, what's the next biggest ratio is 1 positive and 3 negatives. And that is right where it needs to be, the Gargoyles. Okay, next up, let's see. 1 positive and 2 negatives goes down to Lilo and Stitch. Okay, and then we've got let's see, any positives with nope. Next up, we have one positive, no negatives, and that goes to the castle. There we go. And then next up, we have 2 positives. No negatives, and then we've got 3 positives, 1 negative, which is a tie. Okay, but considering there's 2 positives, no negatives, and one had 3 positive votes, but had to be brought down by a negative, I'm going to have to say the one with no negatives has to go ahead. Nope, the one with 3 votes. So it's in the order that it needs to be. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's move to the 9s. Let me put up the go for 9s. Eric, you want to start us off? Oh, wait. MK voted. 8 for best is Gargoyles. Worst is Drag Queen Donald, which I think is the witch. Okay, so there we go. And
got the obsession with drag queens, don't you, there? Okay.
Alrighty.
It's the second time tonight he said that.
Which, you know what? It would still remain, but basically we've got a 3-way tie with a positive of 2. But there you go. All righty. Eric, you want to start us on the 9s?
I think. Wow. I'm going to say the first one is my favorite, and the second one is my least.
Okay. The second one, the haunted house.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put bat and then house.
I think there were 3 10s and a 9, so it was pretty close.
Okay, so that's best is the bat, worst is the house. What do you say, Pixel, for the 9s?
9. Actually, my favorite there is Mickey and Donald.
In the haunted house,
even though it has that modern touch in cartoonizing Mickey there, it's just got so much. It's got so much more flair. My least favorite actually is the Donald Duck and Friends.
Okay, and that's Pumpkin Donald.
Yep.
Alrighty, RDV, what do you say?
Well, I like the first one where he got whacked over the head. My least favorite is the house, like Breen.
Okay, Lester Sisters.
I think I leave it as it is.
Okay, with the best being the bat and the worst being the Pumpkin Donald.
No, my favorite's the pumpkin one with the little candle on his head, and I think the second Donald one. It is interesting seeing them with the Pumpkin Donald again. Like I don't know, they're making fun of him for the first one, so they're bringing along a pumpkin headed the pumpkin head with them, which is kind of
What
a
do
neat look for that. But yeah.
What do you say, Melissa?
Yeah, I say this layout is, yep, this is it for me too.
Okay, bat and house. Okay, I don't know what you guys are smoking. The best one is the house, and the worst one is Ghost Mickey. Okay, that's my bid, and let's see how the chat goes. Best is Duck Pumpkinhead, and the worst is Scary Mickey. Alrighty, so that is Pumpkin Donald and Ghost Mickey. And then we have the best being number 2 and the worst being number 3. So House gets a positive vote and Ghost Mickey gets a negative vote. Only twice, not like 100 times. Okay, 9's best Donald Candlebat. Alrighty. And the worst being Mickey Spooking Horace. Okay. And let's see, we have, so Magica is now going to be called Drag Queen Donald. I thought it the witch with Uncle Scrooge there, Ethereal. 9 best Donald and Duck-O-Lantern, and worst is Mickey Ghost. Alrighty.
Well, somebody said about Magica too, the Hex when they said that there was like Donald Duck and Drag. And I think that might have been MK as well.
2 is the best, and worst is Donald with Friends. Alrighty, the Haunted House is the best, and the worst is the Pumpkin Donald. And then we have best is Smashed Bat Donald, and the least is Ghost Mickey. Okay, kids, that looks like that. So let me put in the stop. Once again, it's done by ratio, and if you have a late vote, put it in.
Our great friend.
Yeah.
We know.
Alrighty, let's see what we have here, gang. We literally have one with 6 negatives and no positive, and that's Ghost Mickey. Next up, we have 2 positives and 2 negatives, and that's for the Donald Pumpkin. And then we have 4. This is literally in the order it's going. 4 positives with 3 negatives for the Haunted House, and then the best being 6 positives, no negatives with a baseball bat. All righty, going to the 10s. We got some good stuff here on these 10s.
Mm. Oh, that's hard.
Let me get the start for 10. And Eric, what do you say?
First, I'm going to give a shout out to Nick Boza.
Okay, hello to Nick Boza. What's Nick Boza?
He's a guy from the 49ers. They were interviewing Brock Purdy after the game, and he what was it they called photo bombing?
Yeah.
Wearing a MAGA hat.
Nice.
And he's gotten killed by lefties in social media for being a Trump supporter. So I love it. Up yours.
Yeah.
My favorite is the first one. There's just too much not to.
Mm-hmm.
This is really because it razor thin over the last one.
Yeah.
And I guess my least favorite, I guess the witch. I gave them all 10s, so I mean, I guess something.
I know they're all great.
Well, yeah, these are all excellent covers.
Yeah.
How about you, Pixel?
I have to pretty much agree. The first cover has too much to love to put anything else up there, and then the witch is my least favorite. It's done fantastic. You see it, but it's out of all of them, it's just the bottom of the 10s.
Alrighty. RDV.
It's the worst of the best.
Oh man, the first one is the best. My least favorite would probably be the Ghost.
Right.
Very end.
Really?
So
Ghost Donald?
Well, I mean, they're all good. I like them all.
Right?
I mean, there's no way I can deny that the first one the best, maybe because it has all the characters, and that's why I was going for it. If it just been a normal cover, like between the top 3, it would have been a much harder choice.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the worst.
I know, but like I'm saying,
Well, your favorite.
How dare you rank one of those 410s the worst?
I know, right?
But no, I'm just thinking. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
Melissa and Amy, what do you say?
My personal favorite is the ghost chair one.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite, probably the witch.
All righty. How about you, Amy?
Oh my gosh, that's hard.
I know, right?
Boop, 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 boop. I like the big group cover. That one's a lot of fun, but the little pies are cute too.
I know, I was torn, but I'm like, the other one has all the characters I like too.
I know, right?
That's just a well laid out gag. I
Yeah.
respect that.
It is.
Darn you, having 410s up there.
I know, right? And really good tens, not like barely, but like holy smokes.
Hokey smokes.
Come on, yeah, Okie
These are
smokes.
fucking good covers.
They are. Oh, they're so cute. I might. Yeah.
There's a little.
Let's start off with the best.
Maybe I'll go with the. I'm gonna go do something crazy. The witch is my favorite. My least favorite is the ghosts.
Did not see that coming.
Nope, neither did I.
Not either.
I do
Well,
not,
okay,
sir.
so let me tell you why. If you're not picking the witch for the least of the best, you're wrong. The first one, that, like you said, George Perez, the amount of detail in there is amazing.
Is it George Perez?
The last one, no, it's not actually him, but the last one, the colors, the ghosts giving everything is a personality, and you can actually hear, because of the way they're positioned, you can actually hear them talking. You can actually hear them taunting Donald. The pie tells the story. Remember, you go from Donald to the pie to the kids, and it tells a story of why is he angry? Because he's cutting the pie. Why is he cutting the pie? Because he's eating. There's a story being told. Now, Trick or Treat, great cover, but it doesn't exactly tell the story. It doesn't pop out like that, and that's why there you go. But I am picking that ghost chair, and obviously, you know, the witch is going to be.
I'm getting pumpkin pie tomorrow.
So there you go. Steele says the first is the best and the second is the worst. All righty. And that would be the pies is the worst. Let's see. This is a toughie. The best is the Haunted Donald and least is pumpkin pie. All righty. And then we have Glenzer saying the best is Autumn Adventures. The worst is Baking Donald. All righty. Oh, no, that's down here. Okay, 10 from Maranya. Autumn is worst with the witch trick or treat. No. Best is Autumn, worst is the witch. Alrighty. And we have 1 and 3 says ethereal. Alrighty, so that's the fall, and that's the trick or treat. And then we have 10. The best one is where Huey, Dewey, Louie, whoever is stabbing the pie. The worst is the witch playing gotcha with Donald's nose. Alrighty. Okay, that is the best and the worst. And let's see. Dang, you're right on the great visual pacing of the pumpkin pie cover is very good, says the library. Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about when it first popped up is how that cover alone.
Yeah.
It's a very simple cover because there's no huge background or anything, but it does tell a story. You start with Donald, you move down, and it does tell a story with just 3 very simple images. 4 if you count the table. But there you go. Yeah, it's a really. I mean, but let's face it, all of them are great covers.
They're all
This is
fantastic. Yeah.
Of course, this is done by Ratio. And the witch had 7 negatives with only 1 positive. And unfortunately, that cover that I just praised had 1 positive with 3 negatives. Okay, and then the ghost chair had 3 positives with 2 negatives, and the Fall Adventures is 7 positives with absolutely no negatives. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, that is the best cover of this particular night.
Yeah.
Let's see, number 16 was the Halloween Hex with Cruella de Vil. Muppet Show is 15. Gargoyles 14. Lilo and Stitch 13. The Donald Duck coming out of the Scary Castles number 12. 11 is the Witch scaring away Uncle Scrooge. Number 10 is Huey, Dewey, Louie stealing candy. Number 9 is Huey, Dewey, Louie fooling Donald Duck with pumpkin heads. Number 8 is Scary Mickey. 7 is Pumpkin Donald. 6 is Donald and Mickey in a haunted house. 5, Smashing Pumpkins. 4 is Trick or Treat. 3 is the Pumpkin Pie. 2 is Scared Donald from the Ghosts. And number 1 is the Fall Autumn Special. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Before we get to the poll, I'm going to give you guys a little chance to do. If you haven't voted, go on in. Tell us what you want to see next-ish. Alrighty, and let me bring that down and give me just a second as I set this up, and we'll look at some rejects. Not a lot of rejects from today, got to admit. There were only about 6 or 8, and I think I moved one into the actual. I did move one into the actual scoring. So here we go. Let's see. This one might actually be a little bit small for the camera here, but let's see how it goes. These are the ones that got rejected. Alrighty. Yeah, this is a small image, but here you go. It's kind of like the other one with the pumpkin, but he's scared because of their pumpkin face on it. I just didn't get it. So
yeah, that was the pumpkin pie. That was great.
This was in and out and in and out. This one was the last one dropped.
Oh,
yeah. It's just there was so many Donald Duck, so I tossed in another character. Yeah, and then we have the gargoyles that I pulled out of there, and then we had the other giant Halloween Hex.
Oh, nice, Pete.
Yep. Next up, this was Walt Disney Comics and Stories, and we have Donald Duck wearing a mask, and it says Halloween Haunting, but the words down there are really the only thing that says Halloween here.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that one out. This was the gemstone version of that Daisy and Donald cover. And then we have Daisy and Donald at a dance.
Her hair's really cute.
And Donald Duck Creepy Claws.
Oh, that's spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cover within the cover. And
It's the cover within the cover within the cover. Yeah. The only thing that kept it was this is a scary cover for sure, but doesn't really say Halloween. So I took it. And here we have Giant Halloween Hex. And you know what? I'm kind of wishing I used this one if I wanted Magica Dispel in there. But there you go. Those were the those were the rejects. And yeah, there you go. Anyone that you would have switched?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like I said, that one Magica Dispel. That's the only problem. All right, going to the poll. We had 21 votes. Thank you very much for participating in this. Ms. Marvel got 9% of them. Punisher 14, Fantastic Four 33, and the Amazing Spider-Man 42. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Pixel, can you help me out?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yes. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I'll put that into the rotation, kids. What were you saying?
I was saying what I did like about that Magica was her expression, like that kind of low eye tick that she had, and it was kind of like, oh yeah, she's really worked into a lather with whatever it is she's up to.
All righty. And just a little heads up, we are now going into the 8th season. We already had and here's a question I'm going to ask you guys. Do you want to continue Halloween covers after Halloween? Because I can save them for next Halloween. We're obviously this is a fun thing. Everybody's liking, and I'm okay with continuing it. What do you guys think?
Maranya seems enthusiastic.
I think she's saying yes for Spider-Man.
Yes. Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is because we had some, I had to push some stuff back. We have horror covers after Halloween, so I was wondering, do you guys want to save them for next year, or do you want to go on with them? That's kind of for everybody and the chat.
Probably next year.
Next year, okay. Because I did make a folder specifically just to put all these things in so we don't lose them. And they'll probably start off our Halloween for next year. All right. Yeah. And this was Amazing Spider-Man. All righty. Cool. Like I was saying here, let me get to the.
I kind of feel like when they saw Miss Marvel on the thing, they might have thought it was Kamala Khan.
Maybe. Let's see. So yeah, I'll put Werewolf by Night and House of Secrets. I'll take those out and we'll put in some less Halloween-y stuff. All right. Because actually, yeah. So Thursday is Scooby-Doo, and then Friday will be John Byrne's Action Comics, and then and then it'll be Amalgam, the year 1935. And then we've got Archie Superhero, Charlie Brown, food covers, and Jeff Johns Hawkman. So we got a good list.
Yeah.
And I am collecting Thanksgiving covers, so we have that covered as well. And I might do food covers around Thanksgiving as well, because it just seems, yeah.
There's a lot of this covers with food on it and stuff.
Oh yeah, there are. I went searching, and you can there's literally a website dedicated to food on superhero and anime covers. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Rhaegar, not Kamala Khan. It would be Carol Danvers, 1977.
I was gonna say, just look up any Kirby cover. Not Kirby, Jack Kirby, just Kirby, the pink little vacuum.
Oh, yeah, okay. That being said, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I hope you had a good Lord. Is it really 39 degrees? Holy crap.
What is it? Don't worry, it's 38. And it shows rain.
Yeah, wow. All righty, kids. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see. Tomorrow is date night for me and Gail. So normally we don't do anything if sometimes though she gets tired and just falls asleep really quick. So if I have time, I might come down and do something or something like that. But join us on Tuesday, 10:30 for the next cover ranking. And what do you got going on mañana?
Well, tomorrow night we'll probably record some stuff offline, but before we will be reading Teen Titans Go, the next 2 issues.
Teen Titans Go. All righty, you kids have a great time. Don't forget to do all the clicking, the liking, the sharing. If you want to help out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the till. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
I'm so glad